Okay, I think I'm live. Here we go. Hey, everybody. All right. It is noon and it is 12:21, December 21st. Here we are. This moment we've been waiting for, right? We are stepping into the age of Aquarius. Hey, everybody. Hi, Tony. Hi, Emma. All right. So, whew, I am so excited. Hi, Jennifer. I have so much energy running through my body. I literally just channeled all of this information for all of you. And I'm just feeling super expansive today. I did a lot of energy work yesterday, and I slept for like 9.5, almost 10 hours last night because I had this awareness that I was going to have a lot of energetic upgrades during my sleep. So, hi, Andrea. Oh, you're feeling excited, Jennifer. Me too. I'm super excited. I have so much energy going through me, and I just can really feel this expansion happening. And I see it with myself, and I'm seeing it with all my clients. Like, they're all just expanding by leaps and bounds. So, I really just want to just harness this energy and help all of you activate. So, again, I just tapped into my guides. For those of you that don't know, I channel a group of Palladian beings called the Council of Nine. They are a part of the Galactic Federation, and they help to create balance and maintain balance here on planet Earth. And also, one of the most significant things that they are helping me with and helping all of you with is raising your energetic frequency. And I'm going to be talking a lot about that today. And this portal, this time right now, this conjunction, and as we move into the age of Aquarius, we are all raising our frequency and our awareness is shifting into higher states of consciousness. So, super exciting. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with the channeling. So, and just remember, my guide showed me that they are here and they are actually sending waves of energetic activation through the words that I'm speaking to you. So I'm going to ask you at moments to just tune in to your body, tune into how you're feeling, because you will be feeling those energetic activations. So right now, I just invite you to take a couple deep breaths, relax your body, and drop in and just begin to notice the way that you're feeling and notice the activation and the energetic upgrades happening. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to read you the first message. So they started out by saying, we start with a transmission of energy. So that's the energy I just spoke to you about. And we ask you to tune in to the subtle energies around you and feel into the electric currents running through you and alongside you. And bear witness, dear ones, that this is who you are. Okay, so what they're saying is you are this energy. Like, there is no separation between this energy that's moving through you and you, right? This is you upgrading your frequency. Okay, so that's really, really cool. So just continue to feel into that and continue to just allow the energy to move through you as I'm talking. Okay, so you are entering into a frequency where it will be much harder to hide from who you really are. Love that. In fact, it will be so uncomfortable and painful that most of you will have no choice but to turn on. Okay, so I'm going to read that one more time because I think that was really powerful. I just had like energy shooting through my body and I'm like getting emotional. So I know that that one was really powerful. So I'm going to say that again. You are entering into a frequency where it will be much harder to hide from who you really are. In fact, it will be so uncomfortable and painful that most of you will have no choice but to turn on. So basically, what they're saying is like, because the frequency is raising so much, there's like nowhere to hide, right? There's nowhere for you to like pretend that you're not who you really are. So it will end up being so uncomfortable for you to not be who you really are that you'll have no choice but to step into who you really are. And I know most of you are already feeling this. Like those of you that I know personally that are watching, I know you're already feeling this. If you're already working with me, I know you're already feeling this. So we're all kind of stepping into this place where it's like we no longer have anywhere to hide because the frequency is such that you just have to become who you really are and step into your mission. And I'm going to talk more about that. So that's cool. Okay, so we are supporting you without question. And we want you to take a few moments to feel that. Feel the energies that are supporting you and sorry, I can't read my, and continue to bring yourself back to that. So this one is, again, really, really important, guys. So I'm going to read this one again. We are supporting you. And when they say we, they mean them specifically, this Palladian Council, but also your guides and whoever is supporting you, your team, right? So listen, so just know that. We are supporting you without question. And we want you to take a few moments to feel that. Feel the energies that are supporting you and continue to bring yourself back to that. Okay, so this is really important when you go into, if and when you go into fear, if and when you go into doubt, to bring yourself back to this knowing that your guides, your team, and the energies of light that are coming onto this planet are 100% supporting you. So feel that and feel that right now. And then remember to go back to that over and over again, to go back to that feeling that you are 100% supported in your next step, right? In your ascension. Okay. As you continue to bring your awareness back to that, the more you'll be held, supported, and nurtured in your work. Okay, so this is kind of like one of these things that go together like a yin and a yang. So the more you continue to bring yourself back to the feeling of that knowing that you are 100% supported by the unseen forces around you, by your team of guides, the more you'll be held and supported and nurtured in your work. So what they're really saying here is they want you to know that you are 100% supported in stepping into the highest version of you. You're 100% supported in spreading light. You're 100% supported in really stepping into and being the light worker that you are and stepping into your mission of why you came here. They want you to never again question the fact that you are supported. Okay, and this is why you're here. And I'll get into that a little bit more. I don't want to say too much about that, okay? Dear one, the time has come to remember your mission, okay? And I know many of you already have a deep awareness of what your mission is and why you came here and how you are going to help people, and that's amazing. But there's like this call right now, this energetic call to like really step forward, right? Really step forward into why you came here and how specifically you're going to help. And I'm going to get into this a little more later, but I don't want you to put too much pressure on yourself around this, because just by you raising your frequency, you're assisting, you're helping. So don't put too much pressure on yourself if you feel like I'm not doing enough, because just by you being you, you're doing more than enough. And I'm going to get into that more because they talk more about that. You already know. So they're saying you already know, but you may have been afraid. So what they're saying is like you already know what your mission is. You already know why you came here, but you may have been afraid to step into it. You may have been afraid to admit it to yourself for a variety of reasons, which we already know. A lot of that is around, fear of persecution, lifetimes of being persecuted as a witch or whatever it is. There's so many different reasons why we are afraid to step into our true purpose or our mission. And a lot of that is just around the fear programming on the planet. There's so many different reasons, but what they're saying is underneath of all that, you do already know. And I know many of you are aware of that. Um, and then they're saying you've allowed the program of doubt to run too frequently. So this is something that's been coming up a lot for me too around doubt. And I actually did this really powerful energy work session earlier on myself to literally eradicate all doubt. My guides actually told me that it was time for me to eradicate all doubt from my field and stop questioning my intuition, because I know that's a cycle a lot of us can get caught in, and I know it happens to me, so I'm sure it happens to you too, because you're all psychic and intuitive. I'll like get the intuitive hit to do something, and then before I'm able to execute it, I question it and I doubt it. So let me know if you guys relate to this, because I feel like you do. So what they're saying is you've allowed the program of doubt to run too frequently, but now is the time to shift that. But now you are completely supported to transmute that energy. So like what they're saying is right now there's this really big push, there's this really deep energetic push and this frequency that's raising that's going to make it really easy for you to eradicate that doubt, to stop questioning that knowing that you have, and you can just know it and act on it and move forward instead of like being paralyzed by questioning and doubt, because that's the shift that's happening, and it's going to be really easy for you to transmute that right now. And if you need support around it, get support around it, but the energies are supporting it. Okay, so that's really important for you to know. That is not who you are. You agreed to come to earth to assist with its ascension. Do not doubt that, not even for a second. And do not question who you are anymore. So this one is really important. So like what they're saying is all of that doubting and questioning is right now the invitation is to completely like eradicate it, completely remove it from the way that you function, because in essence that's going to allow you to function at such a higher level, because what's going to happen is you're going to hear that impulse, that intuitive knowing, that psychic knowing of what you need to do next, and then you're just going to do it. You're not going to question it anymore. You're not going to doubt it. You're not going to overthink it, right? You're just going to get that impulse and then you're going to do it. And that's how we shift. That's how we step into the new age, is we eradicate that doubting, that questioning that keeps us stuck, that old programming of thinking that we don't have the power or we are not in control of what's going on, right? That there's some outer force that is stopping us, right? And that's just not the case. That's the old programming that we are shifting right now, that we're transmuting. Okay? Let that go for good so you can step up and step into the new paradigm. You are building it. So this is really important for you to understand, that by allowing yourself to be impulsed by your intuition and acting on your intuition and not questioning it, that's actually how we build this new age. That's actually how we step in to this new paradigm. Okay. And then they're saying you're creating it with your frequency. So watch your frequency. Your focus must be on your frequency. We are assisting you, but you must be acutely aware of anything affecting your frequency. Okay. And this is something that I talked about last week when I did my last energetic transmission for the eclipse, is being acutely aware of what you're surrounding yourself with, what information you're taking in, and noticing how it affects your frequency. Because if you are allowing any sort of like fear based information or anything that is going to affect your frequency, that's something that you need to be super aware of. Because right now, the most important thing is for you to be extremely mindful of your frequency and continue to raise your frequency rather than to allow it to be lowered by any fear, doubt, any like feelings of, oh my God, what's going to happen, or focusing too much on what's going on the outer world, because then you're going to get sucked into the fear and the chaos and all of that, and that lowers your frequency. So it's so important right now to stay within your little energetic bubble. And my clients that work with me know this because I teach energy work to allow you to stay in this little energetic bubble where you don't allow these outer things to affect your frequency. Because the way that you shift internally and the way that you assist everyone else in shifting is by maintaining this high frequency. Okay. And then they're saying, learn to work with your own energy and tune in to the subtleties of your field. So this is really, really important. And you can actually like play with this a little bit. So say you see something and it makes you feel afraid, or you talk to somebody and you notice that your energy feels off after you talk to them, right? These are the subtleties of your energetic field, right? Notice that and then begin to work with your own energy to shift it, right? So if you talk to someone and you notice that your energy like shifts or you feel not as good after you talk to them, and say, hey, okay, I noticed that that person's energy wasn't a good match for me. It actually lowered my vibration. Then you can do some clearings, clear your field, ground, connect to your guides, and shift your frequency back into those higher states. But if you don't do that and you just stay in those lower states and you allow this to affect you and that to affect you, then your vibration won't stay in those higher states. So you need to be very aware of how those things affect your energetic vibration. This is really important as we shift, to really tune into those subtle energies. Okay, so important. So now they've been saying this a lot, but they're saying, sing, dance, laugh, and play. Do not get caught in the fear program that aims to sabotage. So what they're saying is like, keep things light and do the things that are going to like raise your energy, make you have fun, laugh, and be in that higher state of consciousness, right? So they want you to like not take everything so seriously either, and have fun and be like a child, basically. Okay, so then they're showing me like, so there was two kind of like processes they showed me that are going to be really important to help you work through any emotions that come up, or any doubts or fears that come up. So what they're saying is like, to help you not get stuck in any fear or doubt, worry, or anxiety, they're saying it's like this cycle, right? So acknowledge, feel, release, repeat is what they said. So acknowledge how you're feeling, and you might want to write this down because I feel like this is really important. So acknowledge how you're feeling, allow yourself to feel, and then allow yourself to shift it and release it, and then repeat. So what they're saying is like, if you don't go through that process, you're going to stay stuck when emotions and feelings come up for you to transmute them, because that's what we're doing right now. We're moving into a higher frequency. And as we do that, any emotional baggage that you're holding onto that's living in a lower frequency is going to present itself to you and give you the opportunity to transmute it so that you can move into this higher frequency. Okay? So the way that you do that is to not identify with the emotion that's coming up, not say stay stuck in it. You need to know, okay, this is coming up for me to clear it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to acknowledge that I'm feeling it. I'm going to allow myself to feel it, and then I'm going to release it. And if you need support around that, this is exactly what I help people do with what I help my clients do. I also have breath work that you can use that's in the unit section of the group if you haven't utilized that. But acknowledge, feel, release, repeat. Okay? Allow yourself to feel it and allow yourself to move through it. Okay? So important to acknowledge, feel, release, repeat. Don't stay stuck in it and don't over identify with it. That's how you transmute those lower vibrational frequencies so you can step into a higher frequency. Okay? So let me know if that makes sense. Learn to move through emotions quickly. You have no time to get stuck. Okay, and then they wanted me to talk about the other process that they showed me last night. So what they were showing me is it's called listen, go, listen, go, listen, go. So what they're saying here is it's a practice in listening to your intuition and not getting stuck in doubt or fear or questioning, right? So what I was talking about before with like how I would get an intuitive hit, but then instead of acting on it immediately, I would question it, overanalyze it, or doubt that it was actually going to work for me. So instead, what they want you to do, it's called listen, go, listen, go. So what they're saying is listen to your intuition and do what your intuition tells you. Listen to your intuition, do what your intuition tells you. And what they were showing me, they showed me this visual that was almost like a dance where like you're getting this impulse and then you go. You get the impulse and then you go. So there's no time to like sit and worry if you should do it or doubt that it's going to work out or whatever it is. You just listen to that impulse that you're getting and you act on it. And that's when things really start to shift because you are only listening to your higher self. You're only listening to what you are, your soul, your higher self, your intuition, God is wanting you to do. And that's how you co-create with the universe, right? It's not about making stuff happening. It's listening to those impulses of where to go next to step into your highest good. Okay, so that one's really, really important. It's called, the only way I could describe it is listen, go, okay? And I hope that makes sense because I saw it as a visual as well. But it's really just listening to your intuition and acting on it, listening and acting, okay? And that one is really, really important because the more we can eradicate doubt, the more you'll be able to not only raise your own frequency, but help everyone else too, okay? So they're saying no doubt, no question. They said that in like really big, bold capitals. So then what they're saying is you have access to much higher wisdom now. Take ample time to tune into that daily. So what they're saying here is now that like it's like the veil has lifted and you actually, it's so much easier for you to access the higher wisdom from your higher self, from your guides, from the other realms, that they're like saying it's so important to take ample time daily to tune into that frequency, to tune into that energy and receive the messages, okay? And then they're saying in order to do that, make sure you take time away from distractions, electronics, especially your phone. Okay, that was like something they were really, really clear on. To take ample time to tune in to this higher wisdom that it's now really easy for you to access. You just have to take the time to tune in and step away from any distractions of social media or just any electronics, okay? Even if it's just for like 15 minutes, right? I'm not saying like, hours on end, but take the time to tune in to that higher wisdom. It's readily available for you right now. Okay. And then the other thing they're really clear on is do not judge yourself, right? So, like, say you want to take a half hour to meditate and you didn't end up doing it, like, don't judge yourself. Don't make yourself feel bad because, again, that is just going to keep you stuck. Okay. So, be loving and gentle with yourself as you would your child if they, messed up, right? So they're really clear, like, don't make this a reason to judge yourself or make yourself feel bad. Okay. Just set the intention. And if it happens, amazing. And if it doesn't, you just do it the next day and you keep going, right? No, don't judge yourself because that's just a temptation to get stuck in that old paradigm, right? That limitation and lack paradigm. Okay. Accept and love yourself no matter what and keep going. Do not ignore your intuition. This keeps you stuck. Listen, go, listen, go. So they're really clear now. Like, don't ignore the intuitive hits that you're getting, right? Because this is another thing that will keep you stuck. So what they're saying is, as you honor your intuition continues to give you more information. And that's when you continue to just be in that flow and create that magnetism of the exact right people, circumstances, and situations happening at the exact right times all the time. As soon as you continue just to listen to your intuition, don't question, just listen to it. That's when everything starts to unfold magically for you and the exact right things happen at the exact right times. Okay. When fear comes up, you process it quickly. You have the ability to process it quickly. And I know a lot of you have been noticing this because we've been talking about it for those of you who are already working with me. That right now, like, everything is happening so quickly. So right now, you have the ability to shift fear and all stuck energy from the past, whatever that's blocking you. Right now, you have the ability to shift it really quickly because of the energies that are occurring on the planet. So, like, stuff that it would have taken you like 2 years to get through 5 years ago, now you can move through in like 10 minutes. That's how quickly the energy is moving and the frequency is raising right now. Okay, so it's a really powerful time to clear anything that's holding you back. Okay, it's like, it's the time, it's the time is now. Okay, this is how we move into the new age, by processing all of this fear really quickly. We need you. Just by raising your frequency, you're doing your job. So this is really important. So, like, what they're saying is, like, they don't want you to put any pressure on yourself because just by you stepping into a higher frequency, that affects everybody on the planet. And that shifts everybody on the planet just by you raising your frequency. So it's not like you have to go out there and help 5,000 people, right? You're doing it just by doing the work on yourself and releasing fear within yourself and releasing doubt within yourself and listening to your intuition. Because as you do that, listen, go, listen, go, listen, go. And as you do the, what did I call it? Acknowledge, feel, release, repeat. As you do those things, that's how you raise your frequency. And just by doing that, you are energetically affecting everybody. So just know that and don't put pressure on yourself to feel like you have to, go out and change the world, because you're changing the world just by doing the work on yourself. So just know that. And then they're saying it's already done. We've already shifted. Just ride the wave. Don't worry about any negativity you see in the external, because this is all part of the shift. So what they're saying is, like, it may look in the outer world like what's going on the planet. It may look like chaos. It may look very like something to be afraid of, right? It may look like everything is going up in smoke. And what they're saying is like, that's okay. That's just part of the shift that's occurring. So to not get wrapped up in that, not get caught up in the story of that, and stay within your own internal world and make the shifts within yourself, because that's how the planet shifts. And then the last thing they said is listen, go, process will raise your frequency. And then the other thing they're saying is if you're called, help others to do the same. Okay, so yeah, so this is what we need to know right now. Listen to your intuition, feel, acknowledge and feel your feelings, and move through them and use the tools that you have to shift them, because right now you have the power to shift any lower frequencies that you're holding quickly. Okay, and just know that, and know that you have the power to eradicate all doubt quickly just by listening to your intuition and acting on it. Okay, that's like the most important thing right now. Okay. um okay, so that is all of the messages from the council today, which I think was a lot. I'm like, whew, I have a lot of energy running through my body. So let me know if you guys have any questions. The one thing I just wanted to mention is right now I am opening up 3 spaces for one-on-one clients. And this includes access to all of my digital programs, so the Awakening and the Metamorphosis, and then one-on-one coaching and psychic counseling with me. So if you are really wanting the tools to make these shifts super quickly, then I invite you to message me to chat about this, because this is something where right now is the time to make dramatic shifts, right? The energies are supporting it, and we can use the tools of the energy work that I channel and also the breath work that I provide to make shifts really quickly. Okay. It's super exciting because I'm watching it happen with the clients I'm already working with, and it's magic. Okay. So if this is something that's resonating with you, then just message me and we can chat about what that looks like. But, or if you have any questions about anything, just message me and we can chat about what questions you have. But for now, I am complete with the messages from the council. I will definitely be doing another one of these probably in January around the new moon, to do another energy forecast. But I love sharing these messages with all of you, and the energetic transmission. So please notice how you feel in the next few hours, and I'd love to hear how the activation felt for you and what shifts you have already made. So I am sending all of you so much love. Be gentle with yourselves today. Do exactly what your soul wants today. Do exactly what is going to support you in making these shifts. Don't do anything out of obligation today. That's not a command, but that is so important. Don't do anything out of obligation today. Do what is in your heart and what is going to support you to make these huge energetic shifts. The time is now. Okay. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.